Hey everyone! Well, my guinea pigs are sure enjoying their Timothy hay. Well, good news for some people. Rob C., Tarantula Guy 1976, is back on YouTube. I just saw he posted a lot of couple of 30-second feeding videos. So at least he's posting videos, so that's a good thing. Now, again, this is Molt City for one of my teas. And guess who molted? Another Lasiodora, the difficilis. I had no idea she was in pre-molt or not. She hadn't been featured in quite a the earlier feeding videos, but just give you a shot of what this tea looks like. She is an absolutely monster tea. I would say she's a good 5 inches, 5.5 really. I've noticed that her legs are certainly very beefy. So, let me go and get my tongs and sex it for you guys again. This should be extremely easy to sex because just look how big she is. You can see why they call it the difficilis, the Brazilian fire-red bird eater. Actually, you know what I'll do? Let me get you a Parahybana, the common salmon pink, and show you what they look like side to side. So I think a lot of people want to know the difference between them, and the differences are really quite subtle. Alright, so yeah, this is the Parahybana, salmon pink bird eater. You can tell why they call it salmon pink bird because they have slight pink hairs on their abdomen. Well, the difference really is their color in their abdomen. You can see on your Parahybana, it's like a dark black color, like a sort of like a bluish tinge. But if you look at the hairs, they're much more pronounced than this guy here. This guy here is more like curly, if you will. And that's how you determine if you have a difficilis and a Parahybana. Don't know what the fracta looks like up close and personal since I've never seen an adult specimen, but now that mine is female, we can watch it grow over the next couple of years, and we'll make a side-by-side video to see the differences between them. Okay, so now I'm going to go and get the molt. I hope that video helped everyone about their egg sacs. Not about their egg sacs, about their feedings and why tarantulas will not eat. Okay, so unfortunately it's kind of mangled up the sex, so I'll actually show you a trick of how to do that. Okay, so as courtesy of Talon 4WD, so what I'll do, in case your molt ends up like this and not as perfect as my fracta, what you're going to do is just put your molt inside the water and just press down on it. You don't really need to get it too long. By putting in the water, it actually softens the molt end, and you could just open it. Okay? So I have a plate here. This is a perfect plate to see how big Dora was. She's actually pretty chunky, as you saw in the video.
See? Where are you?
Okay. Oh wow, she actually spans a dinner with that little small plate. Look at that. She's a big difficilis, but they get really large. They get up to having the same leg span as Parahybana. 10 inches is really very typical in Lasiodoras. Oh yeah, there we go. And there's a flap. Easily to see in such a huge specimen like this. Okay, so let me bring it towards the light so you can actually see what I'm talking about. Here we go. See, this is why I like my Sony DCT 70 camera. Even though it's not HD, it really does great macro shots, as well as nice close-ups. Well, this is the abdomen molt right here. Your book lungs are right here, the first and second pair. Between the first pair, you see, there we go. Here's the flap, the epigastric furrow, which indicates it is a 100% female. And you can really see the details of this spermatheca. Now, if you had a male, you probably would not have seen this. Sweet. Love it. 2 female Lasiodoras so far. Nice. But then again, I knew she was a female all along, so just wanted to confirm it. Okay, so now we're going to measure her and see how exactly large she originally was. Look at her fangs. Amazing. Alright, so there's a lot of ways that people love to measure their tarantulas. A lot of them measure by body length, which is the tip of the chloroceride to the bottom end of the abdomen. I personally don't like to measure T's that way. I like to measure by leg span, and I think a lot of dealers usually do that. So the way I measure my T's is by diagonal leg span and see how large she was. So as you get experience when you're owning a tarantula, you're pretty much can estimate to a reasonable accuracy. So this looks to be maybe 5.5 inches. We'll see. Okay, so tip of the last leg. Okay, 15 centimeters exactly. Okay, so that is 6 inches. Really? Okay, I'm aligning it. Tip of the first leg. Almost 15, almost 6 inches. Wow. And to boot, I bought her as a 2.5 inch back in 2008, and she's almost 7 inches now. Oh yeah, did forget to mention, remember she had a little funny leg here? Let's go see how she is now. See if that leg is better. Oh yeah, much better. So you see, guys, you don't have to worry about when tarantulas lose a leg. They fully regenerate it. As you can see, that leg here, which was on the previous molt, seems to do a lot better now. Awesome. So this is one less T that we're not going to feed in the upcoming feeding video. But that's great she molted. That's awesome. She looks really good. Really chunky too. It's typical, all of these Lasiodoras. Awesome. Love it. Alright everyone, so I do hope you enjoy this video and thanks for watching. And I have some more videos to come pretty soon.